says wheel. It tells you like right there. Wheel. Wheel. Where to put this dang wheel at. So I have these 2 green stalks. I moved my red ones here because I only have 2 reds. I also have 2 browns, but these have cold weather plants, and I wanted them there because the sun really doesn't hit right there. And then the brown ones had some flowers that aren't getting sun; they were dying. So, but it's hard to turn them, and I like these wheels because they're easy to turn. The one in the house, I love it. Turns so easy. So I bought 2 wheels to do this. Little tip, anytime you move your green stalks, check the watering discs because dirt always ends up in these darn things. And you don't want the holes clogged. And I washed these and cleaned them before I did all this, and there's dust and debris in each of these. If you do fish emulsion, like I do in my green stalks, they turn the green stalks kind of rusty, but it's just, it comes off. A good scrub, but that's fertilizer. So I recommend every time you redo your soil, take them apart and wash. Look how easy that turns. See, I could just turn this easy. You ever go to the dollar store and you just start turning things? Or anything at the store? It has a rack. You just want to turn it. So this will make this easier to turn. I wonder if this will work. Put my mic on. Stickers are right there. I can see what's there. this one's pretty. So I got my red ones. I did move. I finally made it to my mom's, and I got 2 wheels that were missing, and I had a planter box. Mom's house is for storage, okay? So that planter box, I got that at Target. I love it. I threw all my compost in it, so that's in there. So we'll just see. This one's a pain because this one's super big. So I put the slug in some of these green stalks, and it looks like mold because it's been raining. But I haven't seen any slugs or any damage on my leaves, thankfully. The boyfriend found a cocoon in my sage from a caterpillar. This is pretty cool. These are a lot. I really like these wheels, well, the disc for the green stalk. I really do like these. Because half the time I have to turn all these green stalks, and even though I'm on cement, it feels like something in the wheels. Like you push a shopping cart and it doesn't want to go. But it works wonders. So if you want to do green stalk in your house, I'd recommend getting the new base. I'm not going to put the hose on this. Some of these are wilting. I have to perk it up. Mainstream. Easy peasy. I like how these roll better now. Sorry. So now I don't have to worry about them being stuck. And I can still roll it. So these spinners are lovely. One thing I do recommend about these grain stalks is if you have them, don't set them in mud, because in these little pockets, the mud will get stuck and it can't clamp on. I just figured that out, and I've had these things for 3 years. But where's that tree? Where's that? What's that? So I'm gonna end this video. It's just a day in the garden. Just wanted to pop on and say hey. Every day I come out to see what's going on. Here you bird. Every day I take my starts out, but they've been outside for 2 days, so I have to come out and make sure they're okay. I'm technically not supposed to be planting them outside until the beginning of March, but I like to test my limits every time I do starts. I overplant all the time, so it's good, and I have a problem with keeping them. I don't want to throw my starts away, so I figured I'd just sell them, have a yard sale, do that, or just save some just in case some die, which is always a good plus when you start seeds. Like that one. Where's it at? Like I had some old cilantro seeds I started. I didn't know I planted that much. And inside of me is like, I really don't want to throw all of these away. I'm just going to find some place to plug them in. Mind you, I have 5 green stalks. I call my salsa garden. I only had an idea of growing 1 Roma tomato. I love Romas, so I was going to designate 1 green stalk for a tomato. I've grown tomatoes in the green stalks. Mind you, I really didn't pay attention to them when I did grow them. But I've had these green stalks for about, well, not this one, but I've been growing in green stalks for close to 3 years. If you look at some of my old videos, you'll see them. I've also grown in the ground, but I had a real rat problem, like big, humongous field rat problem. So they would always eat my bottoms, or they'll come and eat the lettuce. So they climb, those suckers climb, and I would see the birds. So I would get my silver windmills and plug them in, which I do have some, but I have a hummingbird that comes around and I don't want it to fly away, so I don't have those windmills out because I haven't had a bird problem yet. I have a whole pot full of lettuce. I think the cat that walks around keeps them away, so I don't have to worry about that. I'm starting to see bees in my garden. I just found one in one of my flowers, which I'll post a video of that, like a little short. I heard buzzing, so I'm like, oh God, what was it? So I found a bee, it's stuck in a leaf. That was pretty cool. But every day I'm out here tending to the garden. My strawberries are looking lovely. once we put that fertilizer in, they started to fruit more. I've noticed. I do that every year. I put fruit fertilizer in it for the trees, but it also works for strawberries. Why not, right? Um, I always use, mostly I grow in the original. Um, my, what is it? The leaves, the smaller pockets, they have 42 pockets in them. I use those for 4 or 5. I like to grow 5 things in them, mainly like peas, green beans. I will plant 3 to 5 seeds in each pocket. That big luscious one I have has 5 in a pocket. So where's it at? This one. This one has 5 in a pocket, so that's why it's so big. Um, I don't know why it does that. It has like a big old gap, so I don't know why. This I planted in the little square cardboard pockets, so there's like 4 in each of those, which is going to get luscious like this. I also like to grow onions. I will grow onions in the tower, the leaf, and I will grow strawberries. And this one with the peas does have garlic, so I like to add more into the green stalk, so it's just not one item. I know the green stalk stay plant per pocket plant, but I like to test my limits on these green stalks, and I will plant companion plants in them because I know peas go good with garlic and onion. So I did my research on cross companion planting. I've had a green stalk. I always had my red one, which was, I call it my salsa garden, with the tomatoes, bell peppers, and herbs. Um, I noticed the tomatoes, if I grew like a Roma and a beef, it kind of came out funky, and I found out it was a hybrid. I was growing hybrids because they would cross pollinate. Same with the bell peppers and the jalapenos. So if you have a green stalk and you want to use it for everything, I recommend like using, this one has too much in it. So say like this one, put like a jalapeno down up here or a bell pepper, and put like the other pepper on the other side way at the bottom so they won't grow together. I used to have, I had like a jalapeno, a sweet pepper, and a bell pepper, and my bell pepper, they grow pretty big. They'll grow up here. It was starting to smell like a jalapeno, and I would smell it, and it had a little kick, so it did taste like a jalapeno bell pepper. So if you want to try something new, go for it and grow it like that. You'll get a jalapeno bell pepper. It was pretty interesting. Um, you could overwinter your bell peppers. I had one for years, and it was pretty cool. It grew like baby bell peppers after a while. I didn't really take care of them. Um, these right here are corn. My son got these corns from the pumpkin patch, and he had pockets, and he just brought them out on the table, and I'm like, what is that? He's all corn? I'm like, do you want popcorn or you want to grow corn? We'll grow corn. So I have corn. Corn, they need to cross pollinate. I found that out. So I grew corn in one of the green stalks before. The bottom tiers really didn't get much, so I'm doing 2 tiers because I noticed when I took the tower apart last time, they grew a lot better and they were starting to grow, and I neglected the garden and they died, and I was in the process of moving, so I really didn't get a full, maybe a half a corn. That whole cob, I got a partial corn. Um, but yeah, corn can grow in these, which is pretty cool to see. And I don't know what variety of corn this is. Like I mentioned, he brought it from the pumpkin patch, so we'll see how that goes. Um, what else can I say? Just have fun with your grain stock. Um, I honestly do miss growing in the dirt, but like I said, I have a lower back problem, so I can't grow in the ground. It's the kneeling and getting down hurts my back. So usually like lifting those up, I'm okay, and they're wet. But if I have to dump the bags into green stalks and start stacking, that's when my back starts going out. back brace, recommend. But, or have some help, like I had my boyfriend help me do the dirt and stack them up because I don't want to be aching at the end of the day. Um, but it is a very good small space garden. I love these. I'm just not much of a rambler, but I do look at my garden every day and figure out what could go here, what could go there, and I'm thinking, okay, my garlic and onions won't be done for a while, so I can't do nothing with it, but I could put something in its place. That's why I have peas with the onions and peas with the garlic. I have strawberries with garlic right here. So you can grow. This is garlic. All this is garlic. My boyfriend found garlic I bought from the store. It was growing. And I have some in the house too. And I just planted. It was cheaper to buy a bag of organic garlic than to buy it 5 bulbs. So if you have garlic, do that. Because it won't affect the strawberries. I plant it kind of way in the back towards the discs. So you'll see they're like kind of back there. So I can still pull it out and it won't disturb the roots, because if you could plant it in the ground with the strawberries, I'm sure you're good. I can't even turn it. I think that's it. I plant everything in green stalks. I was sitting here and I was looking at something and I seen something growing.
Hi, Mom.
So we'll see how this is. I'm taking inventory of what's in my garden too. If you have any questions, let me know. Oh, okay. That's cool. My strawberries are starting to bloom. I've had those strawberries. I'm not gonna lie; those are like 3-year-old strawberries. I pulled them out, put them in the ground, and it's lovely. If you see flowers blooming in your strawberries, a little tip I learned: anything with a flower, go to your local store and get more bloom. It'll produce more flowers. So every time my tomatoes will flower, my tomatoes, my peppers, anything that has a flower like peas, get more bloom, because it'll produce more flowers and you'll get more fruit. Just like the fruit fertilizer, I kind of will add that to tomatoes as well, so I can get more tomatoes. I love my aromas because I've canned spaghetti sauce and I've canned regular tomato sauce. And this year is basically one new year. I'm gonna do herbs, so I found like an allspice thing, and I want to grow my own herbs to create my own spaghetti sauce. So the plan is to just make canned tomatoes, which we do. I buy a box of canned tomatoes from like Costco, and I'll add seasoning to it to make it taste like spaghetti sauce or whatnot. So that's one thing I want to do, is I grow so I could provide for myself, something fun. Let's see. I'm surprised my lavender's still alive. I'm just trying to think, because I have my planner and I have to figure out where my loofah is gonna go. I have one spot of a planner that's on the window that has bars on it, and I've grown loofah, just 2 loofahs before in the ground, and that sucker will take about 30 to 40 feet. It will grow.
Mom,
that well.
someone's calling you.
No, that's a phone.
Oh.
It's an alarm. Just hit snooze. So with that plant, I have to find out where to put it. This isn't my spaghetti. So I did a no-no and I planted in January and it's been in the house. This is a tomatillo and it's starting to produce fruit. My spaghetti squash started to flower already and I had to snip those off. Cut the basil. And I did go to the dollar store today and I had to stop to herb to not buy more seeds. Yeah, let me see. Loofah? I have grown loofah. I've grown it in the ground though. I've grown 2 loofahs. That thing did take 30 to 40 feet. It grew and it grew on the fence up to the tree. I kept snipping it daily or every week because it would trellis on the tree. I was reading they produced like 8 to 10 loofahs. That year I had 6 and maybe 4 little ones. You gotta basically let it die like you do potatoes. I still have seeds from 2019 from when I grew them, and it produces a lot of seeds. But I didn't have to buy, like, if you buy Scrubber Daddy sponges, you don't have to buy those. I had like a year's supply, and I was still finding big old loofahs in the back of my sink. I'm like, holy cow. So it lasted me a good year, 2 years, just for like 3, 4 little loofahs. When you wet them, after you dry them, after you wet the loofahs, they do get spongy, just like a Scrubber Daddy. The plan was with the loofahs, I wanted to do like a little soap, cut them real small, make a soap thing, and give them for like gifts for family. But I never got to that point. The rats, I had big field rats, and they would start eating them. But this year is going to be the first year I'm going to have them in the green stock. So basically, all these plants, except for maybe 2 of them, 2 trays I'm getting rid of, are going to go in the green stalks. And whatever I can't plant is going to go like in my little tubs down there, which I found like I have an extra tomato and I threw a borage in it and a loofah because I do want to see how it goes in there. I want to see it trellis. I like seeing things trellis because I have a patio right here. And I kind of want to put a loofah. It'll get sun up here. I kind of want to put a loofah right here and just see it trellis up there. I think that would look pretty neat. Plus there's sun. My wildflowers are growing in here. That's pretty cool. So every day in the garden, I haven't brought these in yet. I take the trays out, but I have to come and see what's going on. I did get 2 new things. I have to go get soil. My green stock got lonely. I like to have 2 of each. I kind of went overboard. Green stock has a payment plan, so I kind of got 2 more, so equal 21 green stalks. And I'm trying to convince my mom she don't need her green stock so I can have it back. Because it's just sitting in the backyard, but I gave them plants, so I said, here, if you're gonna grow in it, go ahead. They had the Valentine's deal. That's what caught me, because I've bought these green stalks for the past 5 years. Every other paycheck I was like, okay, buy a new one. I like to grow one thing in one tower. I think that was the issue, is I couldn't just, I wanted corn. It's a family of 6 and I wanted to grow, you know. But yeah, it's just crazy. I'm like, I don't need more. And then they came with new colors, and then that's why I got the blue. Right when they came out with the rusted red, I got 2 of those as well. The browns are pretty. We lived in a house with well water, so they are kind of dingy looking. This one has painter's tape. Is it painted? No, it has white sticky tape that was on there. But we had well water. So the brown ones, you can see like little water spots, which is annoying. The red ones did that too. This is just from old. I had white tape on my planter pots, so it's kind of. I need to clean it. But I bought. If you get painter's tape, I get painter's tape, and I will put them on the green stalks because label your stuff, people. I'm gonna tell you that big tip: label your stuff because I have. The reason I have these trays for sale is because I labeled one on the tray and the plants in the back just like a row. Label each plant because I have a seed tray. I think it's this one right here. No, it's this one. I don't know what they are. They could either be Amish paste, aroma, a giant Belgium, or a Shelby. Shelby is my new one. And I don't know what they are. I know what this is. This is aroma, or not aroma, a tomatillo. But these, like, I don't know what they are. I know they're a tomato, but I don't know what kind of tomato. So, I kind of want to throw them in the front yard and see what happens. Maybe someone will grab them and take them. Who knows? I throw them in the front yard. I mean, planting them and just seeing if anybody will take them. Like a neighborhood garden. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, I also have a tray of plants that didn't start either. And my boyfriend thought it'd be a good idea. We'll throw it all together and see what happens. And I did that. So out of that seed tray, I knew 4 of them were tomatoes because they had the fuzz on the stem. And I think 3 are herbs and 1 is maybe like a bell pepper or some sort. I have it over here. So I put them over here. So I knew this was a tomato because it's fuzzy. You can see the stems are all fuzzy. So I know this is a tomato. What is this? Now this one, I didn't know what it was. There's 3 of these that grew together, but it looks similar to my cilantro. You see the one little leaf up there? Looks like cilantro. I'm like, okay, it's gonna be an herb of some sort. I'll find out. And then this one, I think this is gonna be like a pepper, some type of pepper. I just don't know what. And the reason I know these is because I have about 20 unmarked tags in my house. And I was going through, is it kale? Could it be kale, cauliflower, cabbage, some sort of bell pepper, hot mix, or tomato. Well, it's not a tomato because they're not fuzzy. And nasturtium. So it's a lot in the garden. It is kind of like a full. I'm always out here. I have my rocking chair. I like my rocking chair, so I'll sit here and look and think, what can I do? What can I plant? Hence why I got 2 more sitting right there. When I planted these, you can see the flowers. The wild mixes are growing, so I can't wait to see what grows. I did have a lavender from Costco, and it had 3 or 4, so I took some and I planted them right there. I told my boyfriend, I disturbed your wild mix, so we'll see how that goes. But no green beans yet. It's too cold. But my peas are growing. So there are a variety of peas. These are going to be snap peas. So like stir fry mix. I think there's one and this one ready. Yeah, this one right here. They're going to be stir fry. So they're producing. I just don't like how flimsy they. Oh, this one has a lot. I didn't notice that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's producing. I will fertilize them every 2 weeks, maybe 3. But it's been raining, so I don't want to wash it out. I plant seeds everywhere. It's pretty fun. This is a snap pea as well. I wanted like a continuous rotation, so that's why that's there. But this one is another pea, and this is gonna be like your basic shelling pea where you gotta open them and take the peas out. And they're already growing. The rain kind of popped them up, which is nice. Peas and beans, I noticed if you soak them, they will turn to mush. So don't overwater your peas or your beans, or else you're just gonna get mush. You're gonna get soggy, banana squish looking. You're gonna get compost, basically. That's a tip I've learned. A lot of mistakes in the garden, a lot of accomplishments. I really never cared for growing lettuce because we really didn't eat it, but I started eating tacos and burgers, so I wanted to do a healthy alternative and do like a shelf. So that's why we're growing more lettuce. The last mix I have, I would pick and we would put it in our burgers. So like this one, I found one of my gnat catchers, a little pretty butterfly that I used in the house. So I just put it there. It's still good. But this is where I would put, I plug in extra plants. Let's see if I could do this. So like all this is extra. There's one tower I had, this is cauliflower, by the way. So it's the Veronica. It grows pretty funny heads. I had one more and I pulled out because I had another herb I wanted to plug it in, so I put it there. I had some tomato. These are potatoes. I have like a little marking right there of wild mix. See, I have seeds. I'm going to throw them everywhere. This is going to be a loofah. And this is a borage flower. It's all fuzzy. It reminds me of watermelon. Or the leaves. My guy! Oh. There's my guy. There's the garden kitty. Hi, my guy. Come here. And just like this, my boyfriend took me to a taco truck, and there was flour. It was pretty, and it was short, and I pulled it, and I put it in my little cup. He's like, "Do you know what that is?" I don't know, but it looks like it's gonna be a pretty wildflower, because there was some like mint growing next to it, just in someone's driveway. I don't know. It came out easy. It was raining, so it's easier to pull things out when it rains. My succulent that's in the hanging, I pulled some out. They are growing roots. I'm a weird gardener. I like to see the roots. So you see roots growing. I'll just put back in. I do that a lot. I don't know what this is, to be honest. There's something growing. I think when my boyfriend picked up the wild seed mix and threw it in there, it may be wildflowers. I don't know. We're gonna find out. And I had celery. I didn't want in the green stalks anymore, so I put them in here because I didn't want to see it dead. These celeries were from a green stalk I had at my mom's, and those were about 2 years old. They kept dying, and it produced more. So if you have celery and you let it go to bulb, it created a whole bunch more. So all the celery in my green stalks are from the previous green stalk. It lasted the summer because that thing was in the heat. My uncle left it in the drive port and no shade, no nothing, so very neglected, and they still managed to survive. I have some tulips, nice strawberry. Oh, I have a snake plant too. Yep, I have a snake plant. Is it growing? Not yet. And then I do this every day. My boyfriend does too. He'll look in my garden with me. So I just see all your guys' comments. I'm new to this live video, so give me a minute. I get any sale you can. I'm waiting for a reply back from Greenstock because I'm supposed to have like a 10% or 10% coupon code. So once that hits, I'll post it. So you guys get like $10 off if you buy Greenstocks. But this sale that came out for the Greenstocks was the Valentine's Day sale. That is the biggest sale I've ever seen. Was buy one get one half off. Sorry, buy one get one 60% off. I've done the Mother's Day, Black Friday. I don't know. I always buy Greenstocks when they're on sale, and I always found a coupon code for them, like $10 off, and always get the free shipping, so you're not paying for shipping. But even when they have one Greenstock off on sale, it's still a pretty good deal. You get your money's worth. Just you got to remember, you got to add your soil amount and your your plant start amount to it as well, and that's where it adds up. I actually the seed mix I save from seeds, or I'll buy at Lowe's. But what is it? My soil. Okay, that soil is amazing. I'm not gonna lie. It is really good. I know a lot of people will use Miracle Garden or the Frog. The reason I use the soil I have is because it is the cheapest bag in Lowe's. It's like $7.98 for 2 cubic feet, and I need 2.5, 3 bags, and it's like 26, 28 bucks where I live, and I live in California. So I'm paying 26 bucks, 28 bucks to fill up one Greenstock. And that's a lot of money. And I got 2 Greenstocks right there I'm about to fill. And yeah, pretty penny. Gardening's a pretty penny, but it's also calming, which I like. When you have teenagers that get on your nerves, you need to just close the door and get outside, right? Let's see. How did I do that before? I don't know how I seen the comments before. Do apologize. There we go. Yeah, I'm like cilantro. Don't like the taste. Not my. Oh yeah. My uncle says the same thing. He doesn't like cilantro either. Just a little bit for flavor. It's in spaghetti sauce. That's why I kind of grow it. Or soups or whatever. Oh yeah. I've been eyeing one broccoli over here. We're a family of broccoli eaters, and this is why I grow broccoli. I've moved all my Greenstocks around, so I have no idea where anything is right now. So they're starting to form little heads. There's one. Is it this one? No. Oh, you see my broccoli? I think it's this guy. So this is cauliflower. Right here. So this is purple cauliflower, and for the first time I will have a purple cauliflower. I've always cauliflower and cabbage I cannot grow. I've always had a hard time growing it, but to see it grow is pretty nice. Only because where I used to live, gnats would eat, and aphids would eat my my cabbage and my cauliflower, and it was annoying to see. But I've been spraying it with 7 Dust, so we'll see how This is cabbage. Don't ask me what kind. I think it's regular cabbage. This one is purple cauliflower. I got these from my gardener. And these are going to be Brussels sprouts. I know they're going to get tall, so they're going to overtower some of these. What are these? So these are going to be cauliflower, snow crown, cauliflower, and cabbage. I got these from Home Depot because my starts really didn't come, and then the bugs were eating them, just like these. These were my starts. So it's been cold, to be honest, so they're not going to form very good. This is that slug, so it looks like mildew. It's annoying. But that's it right there. I need to add more soil in these three. Potatoes in a leaf. So these are, I had potatoes growing in the house, so I kind of cut all the eyes off and let them dry. So they're growing. These are red potatoes. I'll just leave them and let them grow. Let's see. I think that's it. I can show you guys. I can show you my inside gardening. Let's go there. So it's pretty warm inside. So these are going to do a lot better. So the inside one's doing pretty good. I have a, if you shop at Costco, that is the tray, the bottom tray to the pies. That was the only thing I could find that is small, like depth-wise, that will fit in there because the tube. The other ones were a little bit higher, so I had like a baking dish. But this is it. This is on the new wheel, so it spins kind of nice. Green beans, cucumber. The spaghetti was flouring, so I kind of cut this and took some of the starts off. I did plant my jalapenos. Let's see. Just really can't zoom. And then bell peppers are growing pretty nice. I have two in a pocket. I did pinch them. I pinch my bell peppers so they'll get bushy instead of tall. The dill started popping up. My oregano and my parsley wasn't, so I put these clear cups to give it like a little greenhouse effect, and they started growing, which is nice to see. So you can see like a couple little ones right there. I was wondering why they weren't popping, but it's kind of cold. Same with this. Nothing yet. Hopefully something happens. The cilantro is not caring for it. So I don't know what's going on with the cilantro. What is that? That's the eggplant. The eggplant in my cup is growing a lot better than the eggplant here, and they were potted at the same time. So I wonder if it's because of the sun and the heat. Oh, my sunflower's dying. Yeah, it's too much water in the cold. Let me see. I think this thing works. acidic and alkaline. So I wonder if that's why. This tomato is growing towards light. That's why it's bent. But yeah, it's super wet. So this meter went all the way to the end of the wet. That's pretty sad. Good thing I have extra starts to correct that just in case they die. This is why you plant more than one. But yeah. Alright, you guys, I'm gonna cut this video off right here. Thanks for sticking around, seeing the garden. Lot more to do. My day's not over right now in the garden. I got to go to the store to get some soil and figure out what's going on. But yeah, bye.